My name is Jensen, and I need Jesus in my life every day. I was baptized when I was 15. That was about a year after a difficult incident with my dad that left me confused, shattered my trust in him, and also my trust in myself. When I was 16, my dad got a job in another city, and my family moved. I was a junior in high school, and so I chose to do PSEO in my hometown, and I stayed behind. Everybody was applauding my bravery and my willingness to try something new and different, and I was genuinely excited about being there, but I was also intensely alone. While being alone was hard, one of the benefits was that I wasn't feeling angry anymore. That was something that I started to think maybe being alone is the way that it needs to be. So I learned how to act like I had everything together, but deep down I was terrified. And all I could do was talk to God, because who else was there to talk to? My prayer life became a conversation for me. After graduating high school, I continued college at the same school. And not knowing how to choose a major, I picked one that I felt would prove myself to my dad. Upon graduation from college, I had my first emotional breakdown. And I realized that I had chosen a major for all the wrong reasons. After moving to the cities, I had a conversation one day with a coworker, and it felt as if God was talking directly to me and giving me permission to pursue theater. So I started doing auditions. And the first show I auditioned for, I met my first friend. And she invited me to come to Calvary. She was a regular here. And it was just a few months later that I started with the worship team. A couple years after starting to attend Calvary and singing on the worship team, my dad made a devastating announcement and sent me into another emotional breakdown. It was really difficult, and I felt worse about myself than I ever had. I went to talk to Pastor Rich, who was pastor here at the time, and get some advice. And while I was here, I felt like I should also withdraw from the worship team. But he encouraged me to stay. And I didn't really understand what that was about. But I did, because I really love to sing. And so I stayed on the team, and singing worship became a place of refuge for me. So over the next several years on the worship team, I grew in confidence behind the mic. When I first started, I was afraid of my own voice. As a child, I had started to silence myself, didn't want to share what was going on. But the worship leaders kept giving me songs to lead, encouraging me to take ownership of them. Those songs challenged me in a different way too, because I began to recognize that the words that I had to sing were expressing my deepest desires and my fears and my hopes, all the things that I'd been afraid to express for myself. Over my years of worship, I've worked through layers of rejection and abandonment and emotional pain. And I'm finally feeling like I'm at a place with God where I feel that I can trust Him with anything. And I found a place where I don't have to face the things that I'm going through alone. I've got people around me who understand what I've been through and understand what I'm in and are able to encourage me and build me up through those situations. Worshiping God through the struggle reminds me that He has never forsaken or abandoned me, even when others might. And it helps me to persevere through until the breakthrough comes. God is faithful, and He makes all things new.